Pay close attention, because what I am about to share with you carries the potential to redirect the entire course of your emotional life. If you commit to mastering these principles, no insult will rattle you, no criticism will cut you, and no person will cut you, and no person on this earth will ever hold dominion over your peace again. Control starts from the inside. That is where all genuine power lives, and that is where all genuine chaos. You bury your emotions beneath the surface and pretend they do not exist. It means you learn to direct them with intention rather than being driven by them without awareness. Anger, pain, and disappointment are signals worth paying attention to. They are not commands that must be immediately obeyed. You are not obligated to follow every emotional impulse the moment it arrives. You have the full capacity to acknowledge what you feel, extract whatever lesson lives inside it, and then deliberately choose to provoke you. Refuse to take the bait. The instant you respond emotionally and without thought, you have accepted their invitation to play the game entirely on their terms at a table they designed. Choose instead to pause. Breathe with intention. Allow silence to carry the full weight of your response. That pause you take is where your real power lives. That gap between stimulus and the choice of how you respond is the precise territory where your freedom is either in or surrender. Lock that truth into the permanent architecture of your mind. This is not merely a motivating statement. It is a direct command issued to your soul. Train your mind with the same relentless discipline an athlete trains their body. Discipline your emotions the way a master craftsman disciplines his tools. Protect your peace with everything you have, and the next time the world sends someone or something your way designed to disturb you, smile for the recovery. The moment you take those keys back, when you make the firm and unshakable decision that no individual, no circumstance, and no insult carries the right to govern your emotional state. Detachment is not coldness. It is the highest form of clarity available to a human mind. It is the ability to look directly at chaos and say with full conviction, I see exactly what you are, and react to not. Something extraordinary begins to happen in your perception. You start seeing life through a completely different lens. You recognize that what people say to you and about you is almost entirely a direct reflection of the condition of their own inner world, and carries virtually no accurate information about your actual worth. You understand that every outburst directed at you, every rude exchange, every calculated attack tells you something important about the person delivering it and almost nothing. So end the practice of trying to manage and control other people. Put everything you have into the management of yourself. Stop spending your energy trying to reshape what others think of you. Direct that energy into reshaping how you respond when they act against you. Stop throwing your fire at battles that do not move you toward anything that matters. Conserve it for the only war that truly defines you, which is the war you fight inside yourself every single day. That is where every meaningful victory begins. Words are the cheapest commodity in existence. Noise is the most abundant. But silence, genuine and intentional silence, is sacred territory. It is in the space of silence that the mind achieves its sharpest edge, that instincts wake up fully, and that your presence begins to speak with a volume and authority that no sentence you could ever construct would be capable of matching. The majority of people dismantle their own power by talking far more than is ever necessary or useful. They expose their plans. Your silence in a moment when those around you are expecting noise. You elevate yourself above the level at which they are operating. Silence is not a vacuum. It is concentrated focus. It is the developed ability to hear what almost everyone around you is missing because they are too busy generating sound to hear anything. When you are silent, you observe the room with the full capacity of your attention. You learn things that cannot be learned through speaking. In the presence of silence, people feel the quality of your energy in a way that words prevent them from experiencing. When you carry genuine calm confidence into a room and move through it without the noise of self-promotion, people notice with the full weight of their attention that your stillness deliver the message, that the quality of your self-possession serve as the most intimidating thing in the room. because the person who does not rush to respond to every stimulus is the one who ultimately controls the direction of a double-edged blade you will ever carry. It can construct empires with precision, and it can reduce them to ash just as quickly. A single careless word can annihilate trust that took years to build, destroy peace that was genuinely worth protecting, and expose a weakness to the world that you spent enormous effort concealing. Guard your tongue with the vigilance you would give to your most irreplaceable weapon. Never deploy it carelessly. Choose silence over speech, not out of fear of expression, but out of complete mastery over it, because you have arrived at the understanding that your voice multiplies in force when you use it with deliberate economy, because you recognize that in a world that has been completely overwhelmed by noise, silence is simultaneously the rarest sound and the most powerful one. Stay quiet. Let your results generate the roar that silence cannot. Let your actions carry the message that words consistently fail to deliver. You must operate at a level of wisdom that rises above that strategy. When someone chooses to disrespect you, do not rush into defense mode. Pause. Observe what is happening with honest clarity. Ask yourself what this particular experience is trying to teach you. Perhaps it is patience operating at a level you have not yet developed. Perhaps it is humility that still needs to deepen. Perhaps it is a resilience that has not yet been positioned to develop warriors out of raw human material. The more sustained and intense the pressure applied, the stronger and sharper the blade that emerges from it. Every critic, every insult, every challenge that arrives in your life is part of a sharpening process that is happening to your character. You are not being targeted or punished. You are being prepared for something that requires exactly the quality of strength that this process is building. Life does not test you to crush you. Your complete command over how you interpret what happens to you is the deepest source of your power in this life. The insult itself is entirely powerless until you run it through your own interpretation. Your interpretation is what animates it and gives it whatever force it carries. Two people can receive the exact same criticism from the exact same source. One is destroyed by it. The other uses it as fuel and builds something better because of it. The words themselves did not change between those two experiences. The real enemy is not positioned somewhere outside you in the world. The real danger is what you have already allowed inside. Your thoughts are the primary architects of your reality. What you think about with consistent repetition becomes what you believe without examination. What you believe without examination becomes the automatic operating system driving your behavior. What that operating system produces the focus that creates peace in the midst of chaos. The mind that is scattered across too many directions suffers constantly. The mind that is locked onto a clear mission operates with a power that cannot be manufactured through any other means. Distraction is the primary chain that the modern world uses to keep human potential from fully expressing itself. The phone notifications, the opinions of people who have no stake in it is intelligence applied to emotional self-management at its highest level. It is the deliberate decision to stop handing your present circumstances over to the power of a past that is already finished. The longer you insist on carrying the weight of what happened, the heavier and slower your soul becomes in carrying itself toward where it is supposed to go. Forgiveness is never about declaring that what was done to you was with full and unwavering intensity. Because when your life is organized around a mission that is genuinely worthy of everything you have to give, nothing that tries to break you will find enough undefended ground to gain a foothold. No insult will shake what is anchored that deeply. No failure will stop what is driven by something that large. No storm will move what is rooted in something that permanent. Purpose transforms your pain into fuel and your struggle into the specific training your destiny requires.